Good morning, good afternoon, early afternoon. It's probably like 11ish. It might be noon. I don't know. I don't set my timer on my oven, so I couldn't tell you. Yeah, I just thought we could start another day in my life vlog sticking in the cabinet because I don't know where my tripod wandered off to. I've got this giant, down by the basement door, storage tote full of clothes I need to get put away for Ira. I went through everything we had in storage. And sorted out what was his size. And some of it is for Levi, some of it will fit him, but mostly not. So I don't know what we're gonna do today. I do need to get to the post office. I've got something to ship out for Poshmark. I feel so bad it's taken me this long to get a package sent out, but it's so hard to get to the store when you have kids in tow when you're not supposed to take your kids in public. That being said, we are out of milk. Mike had to go to the office today, and I think I'm gonna have to take this kids to the store to get a gallon of milk because Ira needs milk. He didn't get any this morning. I mean, he's on whole milk, you know, like it's not, and the doctor said he should only get like 3 or 4 bottles a day. And so he can have water or juice. He likes milk, like that's what he prefers. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I should wait until Mike gets home to go get milk and just give him water when he goes down for his nap, which I'm sure he will love. We've had to do that one other time. I don't know, I'm really torn. But I do need to go to the post office and drop off that package. And the post office, I've mentioned before, is like super tiny, and then my car has like the automatic start where like it locks everything and the air conditioner runs. The car's on, but like nobody can get in. So like I just lock the kids in the car, run to the post office, run out. I'm not very, like, there's windows, you know, so it's weird because like back in the 80s and 90s, that'd have been like a total normal thing to do. And nowadays, like people will call the cops on you, except for that, like now you can't take your kids anywhere. You're not supposed to. So there's no winning. Well, that's what we're gonna do because I need to get that package dropped off. Oh, Levi is begging me to go outside and play, so I'm gonna get him outside before it rains. He did get to play in the rain last night. It was kind of an accident. We were outside working in the garage, getting more of the support beams put in. I thought we had them all done, but I guess there was a few more we needed to put in. And like there was never any thunder or lightning. And Levi was outside. I was already in bed for the night, and Levi was outside playing on his trampoline, and we were just like watching him from the garage window, just like keeping an eye on him. And we got busy, like, you know, doing what we were doing. And then the dog ran in, and I got to look at the dog, and I realized he was soaking wet. And like it had gotten windy, okay? So, but there was no rain, there was a lot of wind. And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever, it's getting windy out. Didn't think anything of it. Notice the dog was soaking wet, so I look outside and I see that our walkway is soaking wet, and so I go to look at Levi, and he is just a drowned rat, but he is having the best fun on the trampoline, which I had so many good memories as a kid playing on the trampoline in the rain. My mom would never let me play in the rain if there was like thunder and lightning, but yeah, let me play in the rain. And I can remember putting my sprinkler up to the trampoline until it was warm enough, and we were like, whatever, he's having fun, there's no thunder, no lightning, we'll let him play in the rain on the trampoline, you know. So he played on the trampoline in the rain while we finished up doing the beams in the garage. We didn't get them all done, but we got a chunk of what we needed to get done finished. And then we got him a big fluffy towel, we brought him in, we dried him off, we put him to bed. So, but he just had a ball. And then last night I also signed up for a gym membership with Planet Fitness. So I'm excited about that. They were running their special where it was like $1 down, $10 a month, which I did Planet Fitness before I ever had kids, and I loved going to that gym. But we stopped going there and went to a different gym, which I've never mentioned it just for safety reasons because my kids would go to the playroom there, so I never wanted to like be like, oh, this is where we're at. It's the same reason I've never talked about what plasma center I donate at, because my kids go to the play center and I don't want to like announce where they're going to be dropped off at. Same with like why I will never tell you what school they go to. So when I had my son, my first one, you know, we got a membership at a gym that had a playroom for kids. And so that's why I quit going to Planet Fitness. But I went to Planet Fitness for years and I loved it. I used to go all the time. So I'm excited to be able to go again. This is not the gym that I wanted to go to, but I really feel uncomfortable with the idea of putting my kids in playrooms right now. So I was thinking about getting a membership again at the gym that we were at with the playroom. That's really what I wanted to do, but I feel like we're just going to be paying like a larger amount and not be able to use all of the amenities because we wouldn't be putting the kids in the playroom. And you know, that's the whole reason you pay the extra price. I mean, granted, it also had a pool, so that's also why it was more expensive. But like, a big part of why we chose that gym was for the playroom. And it's like, if we're not going to use the playroom, there's no point in going back to that gym right now. So, Planet Fitness there's like no commitment. So, at least with what I signed up with. So, we're going to go with that for now. My husband didn't sign up for a gym membership. He's got a stationary bike in the garage, and that seems to be what he wants to use. And if we're being honest, anytime we'd go to the gym, he never really did much. Like, excuse me. Like, back when I had Planet Fitness and him and I started dating, I would bring him as a guest, and he would just walk on the trampoline. Like, I just don't think he's somebody... Walk on the trampoline? Walk on the treadmill. I just don't think he's somebody that really likes going to the gym, if we're being honest. And then when we went to the other gym, like, he would swim laps in the pool. He would do that. But he mostly wanted to sit in the sauna. And if we went up to, like, the workout area, I would be, like, all on, like, the weights. And I'd be on, like, the elliptical. And he would, like, walk laps. So I just don't think it's something he really enjoys. I think he just went for me. So that, I mean, that's fine. Like, if that's not what he wants, he's got a stationary bike in the garage that he wants to use, and he just doesn't want to get a membership for himself, and that's totally fine. I understand gyms aren't for everybody, right? Like, some people are able to be self-motivated and feel more comfortable working out at home than they are going to the gym. I'm the opposite. Like, I cannot keep myself motivated at home. I get distracted by 5,000 other things that I need to do, and I can't get a workout in. I hate doing it at home. But at the gym, I'm able to, like, have tunnel vision and focus and be like, okay, this is what I'm here for, and I get a good workout in. So I'm excited. I'm excited to get back to the gym, start losing some weight. As I've mentioned before, like, I like exercising. That's never been a problem for me. But I also like food, and that's the issue, because I have a hard time curbing my portion sizes, how much I eat. Like, it's a struggle. I like to eat, and I'm not going to deny that, right? Like, people talk about taking girls out on a date and they order a salad, where I'm going to be the one who's like, I need, like, a steak and, like, a potato and, like, a salad, and can we get an appetizer and a dessert? Well, I'm not normally hungry enough for dessert, but, like, you know what I'm saying. I like food. I like to eat. I'm not going to sit here and deny that fact. It's apparent. But I also do know that I need to lose weight for my health. And since I always struggle with getting my eating under control, something that I am good at is going out and exercising when I have a gym membership. So I'm excited to get back to the gym and doing that. And what? Am I vlogging? Yes, I'm vlogging. You're so smart. Yeah. Okay, so let's get this kid outside to play before it rains, because it looks like it might end up doing that. What are you doing, big boy? What are you doing? What are you doing? The lid got left off the sandbox, so it's full of water. If you're wondering about the laundry basket, we were using that to move dirt when we were shoveling all this out. So it was an extra one. I don't really know what to do with it from now. We also had all these pipes that were running under the ground here. There used to be a fire pit around about where the sandbox is, a little more to the side there, but I wonder if it wasn't drainage for the fire pit, because there was always like a little pipe that set like right here, right at the edge of the sidewalk. You could just kind of see it. It was like full of dirt and stuff. And, like, it obviously didn't really do much. But when my husband was digging all this out to like make room for the walkway, he found all this, and there's more of it over there. So I suggested we just cut it off and bury it, but he wants to like dig it all out. So whatever, just do something with it.
It's in mud.
Is it mud?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Cars in mud.
Cars are in the mud?
Yeah, it's dirty.
Oh, that's fun.
It's dirty.
You gonna make a mess?
Yeah, it's dirty.
Dirty. So we just came inside from playing outside. And I thought I'd show you guys this giant mountain of the baby clothes I now need to put away. There will be a few things in here for Levi, but most of it is for Ira. And it ranges in sizes from 12 months to 24 months, so that's why there's so much there. But he is growing so quickly that I feel like anything that is size 24 months that will be big on him right now will not fit him next summer. Because with Levi, like, he was on track for all the outfits according with his age. Ira just turned 12 years old, but 12 months old. But he is almost out of size 12 clothes. They're getting really tight on him. He's going into a size 18. That fits well. 24 months is too big, but I feel like within the next couple of months, he's going to be going out 18 and into 24. So, like, all the summer stuff we should have for him for next year won't fit him. And all the summer stuff we should have had for him this year is going to be a bit small. So, I just brought it all up, and I don't know. We're going to see what fits, what doesn't fit, and just roll with it. But I'm so glad that we did this. That way we don't have to, I'm so glad we kept all of Levi's clothes because we don't have to go out and buy a bunch of stuff for Ira. Because we do have to go out and buy a bunch of stuff for Levi because we don't have enough for him. Speaking of, I went to Walmart about 2 days ago. And when I was there, I poked around the kids section to look to see if I could get more shorts for Levi. And they are still, like, picked over, sold out of the Graminos. I found 3 pairs of shorts that were on clearance. And I'm pretty sure they were girls' shorts. But I already bought him 1 pair of those because originally when I first seen this clearance rack a couple of days ago, like prior to my most recent shopping trip, I seen all these shorts on this clearance rack, and it was like a mix of boy clothes and girl clothes, and I just thought it was kind of hard to tell the difference. And then when I bought him, 1 pair is black with a yellow stripe down the side, and the other 2 pairs are both gray with a red stripe. And originally I bought 1 pair of the shorts, and they rang up for $1, and he loved them. And again, when I first seen the clearance rack, like last week I think it was like a mixture. So I couldn't really tell. Well, when I went back the other day to look for shorts for him, like I said, they were picked over in his size. Couldn't really find anything. I went back to that clearance rack again because I thought, well, like, maybe I'll just get him a few more pairs of the exact same shorts. He really likes wearing them. And this time the clearance rack was well organized and it was all just girls' clothes. And you could see they have also like pink ones of these shorts and purple ones of these shorts. And I'm like, these might be for girls. However, they go down to his knees, and like I said, I got him a black pair and I got him a second gray pair, and he loves wearing them, so I'm like, whatever. And like, I can't find shorts in his size for Graminos. They're just like sold out. Well, I did find 2 other pairs of shorts that were from Graminos, but like, I had to do some digging, and they were not shorts that I necessarily liked or wanted to buy him. It was just kind of like desperation and like, this is all I'm finding. And you guys know, and from, I think it was a couple vlogs ago, I ended up buying him shorts from a different brand that were considerably more expensive just for my lack of options. I should know by now, if you're gonna get kids clothes, you need to get them like the season before. Like when it all comes out originally, you need to go stock up. So, like I said, there are a few things in this tote that will fit him. The shorts he has on right now are a size 5T that my cousin gave us. She gave us like a bunch of boy clothes from her son, and so we've been working on that with Levi, and then we're passing them down to Ira along with what we buy as well. And so currently anything 5T is too big on him, so these shorts are huge. Like, they're pulled up halfway to his chest because they're so big on him. He's between a 3T, 4T on bottom, and he has a 4T on top. 5T is not bad, it's a little baggy on shirts, but like when it comes to shorts, he's so tiny waisted that like they just fall right off of him. But I've got him pulled up real high, and we're just hanging out around the house, so it don't really matter. But hopefully I'll find, I can't remember how many shorts I found in Levi's size. So, and a lot of them are size 3T. So he might be, you know, wearing some short shorts this summer, but they'll fit around his waist. Unless I can come across some more 4T shorts someplace else. But yeah, I need to get all of this put away because I've just got gobs of laundry everywhere. So this is Ira's closet, and so before I can go through all of the clothes I just brought up from the basement, I need to go through all of this stuff and pull out anything that is winter so that we can decide what to do with. So Like, I got some things like this that are layered. So, like, I can pull this out and then he can still wear this shirt and the pants underneath. But then you have other things like this one that's like a heavy sweater. So that just needs to come out all together. And then I've got this giant tote of stuff down here that my sister-in-law gave me. He's playing with the dog. Sometimes those squeals, you can't tell if they're happy or distressed. So I've got this giant tote down here of stuff that my sister-in-law gave me. And some of this stuff here is either winter or it's things that he can't fit in anymore. And so I'm starting a pile of things to give to my friend who has a little boy who is, I think, 4 months old. But you got stuff down in here, like tanks and stuff. Like, these are size 12 months. You okay?
What's that?
It's a ball.
What?
Yeah, ball. Don't give it to the dog. Hey, Yoshi. I don't want him chewing that up. So a lot of these are size 12 months. But like I said, he's almost out of 12 months. So I don't know that he's going to get much use out of these. So I got to figure out what to do with everything. And then a mountain of laundry. I hardly ever do his laundry because I want... Hey, don't be climbing in the crib. I want to make sure he gets to use everything at least once. And so we just have like a giant mountain. It looks like I've got a shopping problem. But like I said, my cousin and my sister-in-law have given us tons of clothes. And yes, we've bought a fair amount of our own. But like when it comes to buying clothes for ours specifically, I've hardly bought him anything. Like most of this is just stuff from Levi when Levi was a baby and things that have been given to us. And like I said, we've had a lot given to us and it's nice to be able to pass it on. So like I said, I'll be giving a lot of this on to my friend whose son is, I don't even know if he's 4 months. He might be like 3 months. But like I've got things that are like size 6 to 9 right in here. And that one's a 6 to 9. So I need to give that to my friend. Yeah, so I'm going to be in here for a while today just sorting through all of the kids' clothes. Okay, so I just finished pulling everything that was winter or too small. I had some things in here that were still a size 9 months. Yeah, there's some kind of like weird markings back here. I don't know. Like we talked about in my last vlog, my walls are not great. So that's what we're left with. A lot of this is size 12 months, so it won't be fitting him for long, but I want him to wear it like at least once. So I'd say probably like half of this or more will get pulled out with the next wash after he gets to wear it. Along with a lot of this stuff once I wash it, a lot of it is 12 months or under, which will get pulled out because it's getting small on him. Or it's winter, so it'll get pulled out as well. So, even bigger pile here, and I started throwing stuff on the floor. Anything that is like 12 months and under, I'm going to give to my friend, unless it is gender neutral. Like I've said before, we're putting anything gender neutral away for next year if we do foster care, which is what we're planning on doing. So, giant pile of stuff to go through. Anything size 18 months, I'm going to put away for him. That's if it's winter. I'm going to put it away for him for next fall, and we will see. I mean, he might slow down on growth, and maybe 18 months will fit him. We'll just have to see how it plays out, but yeah, so that's what we're looking like, and now I gotta get all that put away. I guess it's good I got to the post office when I did, because now there's a ton of cars here. When I pulled in, there was nobody. There was like 3 cars and 1 guy walking over with a giant package. Oh, 4 cars. 5 cars. Good thing I got here when I did. So I just dropped off the package for Poshmark. Poshmark is linked below if you guys are curious. I'll probably give it another week and then I will start listing things on the Facebook garage sale site. Again, no pressure to buy anything off of there. It's just if you're interested in anything that I showed in my closet clean out. So yeah, now we're gonna head to the gym, and then after the gym I need to stop at Walmart to pick up a gallon of milk, and Mike wants a case of Coke. I did find a canister of formula that I forgot about in the diaper bag, so I gave that to Ira for nap time, so that made him happy. But he's gonna be wanting his milk for bedtime because the doctor said 3 to 4 cups a day total, and he gets one in the morning, at nap time, and at bedtime. So yeah, he's gonna be wanting his night juice, as my husband calls it. So yeah, we're gonna head to the gym and see how that works out. Hopefully I don't have any issues. I was supposed to get a sign-on email from Planet Fitness and I never did, so we'll let's see how that goes. Okay, I just finished at the gym. I did 15 minutes on the elliptical. I know the video clip I'm showing says 13 something, but I was still using it. I just gotta put that disclaimer in there because somebody is probably gonna be like, well, it says 13 minutes, but I was still using it when I took that clip. I didn't know if after I stopped at 15 minutes, how quickly like everything would come off the machine. So like how quickly it would quit displaying things. So I took it at 13 minutes. But I did a full 15. It took me like probably about 6 or 7 minutes to get into the groove. The first 5 minutes I thought I was gonna die. I was like, oh good God, there's no way I can do a full 15. But after like 6 or so minutes I got into the groove and like it was cool. So I did 15 minutes. It'll take me time to build back up to doing half an hour, which is what I used to do. I need to stop comparing myself to my younger self when I was in better shape, because it's gonna take time to get back to that. So starting off at 15 minutes, and then I did some ab workouts on some like weight machines. I always lock my door when I'm in my car because you never know who's around. Like I just noticed some random guy like walking towards my car, so I decided to go ahead and lock it really quick. Wow, he's really coming up to my car, but he's walking fast. Weird. So yeah, there he went. So yeah, I did 15 minutes and then I did some ab workouts. I need to take some time to like figure out where everything was, but I already kind of felt stupid being in there because I was a new person. I haven't been to this gym in like 5 years maybe. Like a lot is different. The machines are all different. Like the setup's about the same, but like the machines have all been replaced, and so they didn't work the way I remembered them working. And then like when I first came in, I had to talk to somebody at the membership desk, but there was nobody there. And so I had to like stand there and wait around. I think I stood there for probably like 3 or 4 minutes, and I noticed people looking at me like, what are you doing, you know? At least that's how it felt, because people kept looking at me. Like other gym goers, I don't know what the term would be for that, other members kept looking at me. So it just kind of made me feel awkward. And so when the lady finally came up, we figured out why I never got my welcome email, and that was because I accidentally put my email address in wrong. There was an M in there instead of an N, so somebody else got my sign-on email. So she got me all straightened out. She got my card for me, and then I walked off to go find an elliptical, and then I realized I didn't have a jug of sanitizer spray, because I had like these giant jugs, like literally about the same size as my cup here, of sanitizer spray that you're supposed to pick up at the front. And so I had to double back and get that. And there was some guy, like when you first walk in, there's like rows of, I think it's the Gazelle machines, and then it's rows of ellipticals, and then it's rows of treadmills. And there was a guy like on an elliptical, like pretty much real close to the desk, and he like kept looking over at me. It just made me feel weird, like, why are you looking at me, you know? And so I already didn't want to go down his row to go get on an elliptical just because he kept looking at me. So I like went around the whole gym to avoid going past him. So weird, right? So self-conscious. And so I was halfway around the gym when I realized I didn't have a squirt bottle, so I had to double all the way back around to get one. And of course he looks at me again when I go to get the squirt bottle at the front desk. And then I circle all the way back around to find an elliptical, and then I go to get on an elliptical, I get everything settled, I hop up on it, and then I look at the screen and I realize it says something social distancing, this elliptical is closed. And so I look at the one next to me, and that's the one that's open. So I had to get everything off because I didn't know like if I'd be able to work out today or not. I didn't know how things would pan out because like I never got my welcome email. I didn't know if I'd need my ID card. So I brought my wallet in, I had my keys, I had my phone, and my wallet's kind of chunky and awkward, and like it used to be the ellipticals they had like a regular looking cup holder, and I would just like, well, I would never bring my wallet in with me anyways regularly, but I would set my keys inside the cup holder. Well, now they just have like this, like it's like kind of like this, right? Like it's got like a rounded back to it, and then like a base, and you just like slide your cup in, right? And then there's something like here, and that's kind of how it sits on the gym instead of being like a cup holder down here. It's kind of like something like that. So I was having and I had to put this sanitizer bottle somewhere. So I stuck that there, and then like the cell phone holder, I put my cell phone on, and I just ended up having to put my keys and my wallet on the floor for a lack of anywhere else to put them. But that was after I tried using the elliptical with having my keys and my wallet shoved into like a little nook on the elliptical, and it was not working out. So I just kind of felt like an awkward fool, like I didn't know what I was doing because I didn't. And yeah, anyways, I got my 15 minutes in, and then I did the abs, and next time I go in there, I need to poke around a little bit and find some other machines. There was a machine at the last gym that I like to use that really strengthened my back and really helped with back pain. So hopefully Planet Fitness will have it. I assume that they will, but I'm not sure. So I need to get that figured out. And then they have like this little nook that I wanted to go to stretch out, but like I just felt awkward going up there because it's right next to like all of the not free weights, it's right next to all of the like heavyweight equipment, and there was like a bunch of guys just like canoodling around one weight unit that was right next to the spot where I wanted to go stretch. I'm like, I don't want to go stretch out next to these guys that are just like hanging out. Like, it feels weird, you know? So I don't love the layout. That's just me being self-conscious, like, ugh. Anyways, I'm gonna head on over to Walmart and get milk for Ira and a case of Coke for the husband, and then I'm gonna head on home and I'll check in with you guys. Ooh something exciting that I'm starting, like a little project. I've been thinking about doing it for a little while now, but I started filming today, so we'll see how the editing goes on it. But I am planning to start another YouTube channel that will just be stories for kids. So keep an eye out for that. I will make an announcement video when I'm ready. But right now I'm working on, I've got like it's a Disney Pixar's storybook, but it's like has an assortment of 5-minute stories in it. I think there's like, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 stories in it or something. So I only got to record one story today because Ira woke up. I hate that my kids are like on an off schedule for naps. Like when Levi is going down for naps, Ira is waking up. So I no longer get like that free time to myself anymore, which was so lovely a few months ago when they were on the same sleep schedule. So yeah, I filmed one story, and so I need to edit that, and then I need to work on actually creating the YouTube page or channel rather, and doing channel art. So it's gonna take me a little bit to get all of that completed, but I want to film enough stories that I can release one new story a day for like a month. And we just have gobs and gobs and gobs of books at the house, and I'm like, I might as well put them to use. And I keep thinking, how neat would it be like for my grandkids or something? Who knows if YouTube will be around that long, but for them to be able to like listen to stories from me, you know, stories that we had for my kids, and a lot of them were stories that I had as a kid, like. So I'm announcing it on here because I know a lot of you are moms with little kids, and I'm sure a lot of your kids like to watch YouTube, and it can be hard to find kid channels that are safe for them to watch. Like, we keep a pretty close eye on Levi and like what he's watching on YouTube Kids, but every now and then a video will pop up that's supposed to be safe for him, and it'll have some like weird stuff. Like, y'all remember Momo? Yeah. So, and there wasn't that long ago I heard him watching something that was like, the music was kid friendly, and the title on it, I can't remember what the title was, but like it'd make you think it was something safe, and then it was like these like superheroes like Spider-Man and Iron Man, but they were like getting the heck beat out of them. Like, they were being like thrown around buildings and slamming into stuff really hard, and like it just looked really violent, and I'm like, whoa, like, whoa, you're not supposed to watch that kind of stuff. But it was on YouTube Kids, and like we have a page set up for him that's like for his age group with his interests, and like it came up under his things. So, like, even when you try your best, sometimes things still get through. So I just thought I'd put that out here. Again, I'll make an announcement video when it's ready, but you know, other mamas out there with little ones, you want safe channels for them to watch. This will just be story times. I've got 2 Disney books that are just full of 5-minute stories, so I'm working on reading those first, mostly for advertisement purposes, because Disney's so popular that YouTube will push it. So It'll be all Disney books to start. This one was a Bug's Life story. So anyways, that's my exciting news. And now I'm going to Walmart to get milk. And I'll check in with you guys probably tomorrow. Good morning. It is Saturday. I woke up at like 8 in the morning, went and donated plasma. And now I'm back home. I'm going to take a week off next week from donating. So I'm getting on a better schedule because Thursday, Saturday schedule sucks. So, but I wanted to donate today because it was $50. So, yeah, I've been working on Ira's closet. So this is what we're looking like right now. It is jam packed. And then everything down here is like extra summer. Well, not everything. Like the lumpy, bumpy stuff on the top is extra summer stuff that I just don't have a place to put. And then the bottom are things that are 18 months, sorry, 18 to 24 months that might fit him come this fall, depending on if he slows down on growing or not. So super packed. But again, I pulled everything from 12 months to 24 months. That was summer, just because I wasn't sure what was going to fit and when. And so a lot of this stuff I'm going to have him wear one time, and then I'm going to pack it away to give to my friend. So I've got all this down here to give to my friend. This bag, I believe, is 0 to 3 months, and then everything else is 6 to 9, and then 9 to, I think I've got some 12 packed away. That was like wintry. So everything that's in here that is a size 12, like there's some things I want him to wear one more time. Like I'd like him to wear that one more time if we have a cooler day. This is a 12-month, so once he wears it, it will get packed away for my friend. Because I love these kind of outfits. Let me pull one right here. So I love these ones, like the rompers. I think they are so super stinking cute, and that's what I would much rather be dressing him in. And we've got a mess of them. However, a lot of them are size 12 months, so we will see how well they fit. They might just be like a one and done kind of a thing and then get packed away. I don't know. And then I also love bib overalls for him. So like this one's a really cute pair of bib overalls. I like that one. Just super cutesy. So this will go down in size as we get some more of these size the size 12-month pooled. So now I'm working on getting laundry ready to go. So I'm gonna get all that washed, and then anything size 12-month and under is gonna get packed away for my friend. And then I've got a box of stuff to go through for Levi. Guys, laundry is never ending. Oh my gosh. So it's going to take me like 2 or 3 days to sort through all of the boys' laundry to see what fits, what doesn't fit, what needs to go in storage, what we need to get rid of. It's never ending. But we don't have to buy money. We don't have to spend money on more clothes. So it's a blessing. It's work, but it's a blessing. So I just got back from Menards. I was able to find a board, I don't know what you want to call it technically, to set on top of the dog cage. So we need to take it out and cut it because it's a little too long here. There's probably about, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches there. 2 or 3. I'm not good with math and measurements. But there's a chunk there that hangs over. So we need to cut that off. We'll do that later today. And then I'll be able to hang these cat shelves up the side of the wall. So the cats can jump up onto here, and then they can go up the cat shelves. And so they'll just have like a nice high place to get up away from everything, which is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. I've just never like figured out exactly where to put everything. And then I also got Levi a new pool. This one's just bigger. He just needed one that was bigger because he's getting bigger. So I have the little one for Ira and this one for Levi. I found it at Menards again, and it was like almost $30, which wasn't bad. I have been looking online for these on Walmart, and they are like $100, and I'm like, what? So yeah, Menards, if you're interested in needing one. I also looked at Walmart, and they've been sold out. So, and then I had a friend who posted a picture of her kid swimming in one of these like yesterday, and I asked her if she found it, and she said the Family Dollar. So if you're needing a pool like this, go to Menards, maybe Family Dollar. And we got this for his birthday. So it's it's like a racing slip and slide. So again, for his birthday, we're gonna have a slip and slide, we're gonna have a pool, we're gonna have sprinklers, we're gonna have water guns, and we're gonna do hot dogs. And I think we're gonna do a pinata. Yeah, we're gonna do you don't even eat hot dogs.
I need the trophy.
That's your racing trophy from last year.
Any trophy.
Up there somewhere. I'm not seeing it exactly, but oh, it's all the way at the top. That's when there's a thing called Coyote Kids, and he raced in it last year, and we're planning for him to race it again this year. We're hoping to sign up Ira, but he's not walking yet. But he is so excited to race again this year. And it's like totally free thing to sign up for. If you got kids, you might look into it. I know it's like a nationwide thing. It's called Coyote Kids. Just type it online and see if they got it in your area. And like it's totally free. And at the very end of the race, the kids will get a popsicle and they get a ribbon for running. And you can pick what distance you want them to run. So I think this year he's doing... I don't remember what he's doing this year. I don't know. Maybe a 75-yard dash? I don't remember what we signed him up for. You still have the rest of your ice cream sandwich there that you haven't finished. Chocolate face.
Popsicle. I'm down.
How about you finish that chocolate sandwich, that chocolate ice cream for the
I'm down.
ice cream sandwich? No, this is not for dogs. Dogs cannot have chocolate. Back off. No, back off. Levi, eat this. It's not for you, Yoshi. Back off. No.
You eat it, one guy. You eat it,
No.
one guy.
This dog is getting so entitled with snacks. We've given him way too many treats. He's even to the point where like he holds off eating his dog food until the very end of the day because he wants to see what treats he's gonna get from the kids because they're always dropping something, especially when Ira eats. Food goes everywhere. So he's like avoiding eating until the very end of the day. Here, eat your. Are you done with this? It's starting to melt. Are you gonna eat this?
No, you opened it.
Then I'm gonna eat it because it's gonna melt everywhere.
You opened it.
So, my brother-in-law came over. Him and my husband ran up to Menards because when I was there, I seen they had like, I don't really know how to describe it. They're like storage sheds, but they're like, that is very annoying. And you're gonna do it again. It's like made of tarps almost. I'll show it to you. Hey! A dog licked him in the face. So, can we not make that sound? It's horrible. And we're just gonna keep making that sound because we're 3 and that's what 3 does. 3 makes annoying sounds. Anyway. I'm surprised he didn't follow me, the dog did. So, we've been wanting to get a storage shed for the yard to store the lawnmower, and Levi has like this giant monster truck. And we want a storage shed to put it in, but storage sheds are expensive. Especially those like fancy wooden ones. So, sorry, I'm trying to eat this before it melts everywhere. There's like a dog hair on it or something. I'm trying to pull that off. And then it's showing up on camera. I'm sorry. Anyway. Yeah, so it's like a storage shed, but almost like made out of like a tarp material. And after rebate, it's like $69. So Mike is running up there with his brother to look into buying that right now. It was, like I said, big enough for the lawnmower, the monster truck, and probably the barrel of tools. So it'll get all of that out of the garage because we're trying to turn the garage to like an extra living room. So we were trying to figure out like what to do with the lawnmower and stuff. So that'll work. And I also picked up some pieces for our gutter because the end cap on the gutter fell off. So my husband and his brother is going to work on the gutter, apparently that storage shed, and they're going to start drywalling the garage. My brother-in-law, I don't think knows that I have a YouTube channel, and I feel weird asking about putting him on YouTube, so I probably won't be filming any of that. But I think they might just go back home. So I'll check in with you guys a little later. Good morning. It is now Monday. I did not vlog at all yesterday. Just in light of everything that's been going on here in our country the last few days is just, it's a lot to process. Yeah, it's just a lot going on. And so I did not vlog yesterday. I just kind of kept, I don't want to say I kept off social media because I'm trying to like know what's going on. They've been doing protests in my town and they're trying to make sure they don't turn violent, though apparently 2 days in a row, somebody, I don't know exactly what happened with yesterday's protest. Gosh, my hair's a mess. I literally just woke up. I'm not sure what happened with yesterday's protest, but I heard that they were crossing the street and somebody, can you get your butt out of here? Excuse you. Nobody wants to see that. Somebody plowed through the crowd. And the day before that, people were crossing. It all started at a park, and they marched across a main highway, which has crosswalks. And they went down to the courthouse for a moment of silence and marched around the courthouse. And then they went back to the park. And on the way back to the park, and I just heard in a video I was watching of someone who was there. So there's probably like 200 people. In the video I seen of the truck plowing through the people, it looked like a lot of people. Like it was probably 3 to 4 people like wide, and then the line was just like super long. However, they were crossing on a crosswalk at a red light. So pedestrian had the right of way. It didn't matter how many were there. They had the right to cross the street. They were not blocking the road. They were walking. And there were cars that were stopped because it was a red light. Plus there's pedestrians crossing the street. And somebody in a silver pickup truck came plowing through from the back. And I guess she like, well, I can't say I guess. I seen it on video. She like was going super fast and then she jammed her brakes. And then people like surrounded her truck and then she got through. I guess she hit a few people, but she didn't like, to the sounds of it, nobody was seriously injured, which is the good thing. And I guess from what I'm hearing, she was a correctional officer. I'm not sure if she was from the prison or the county jail or the, we got one for youth. So I'm not sure out of those 3 options, or maybe there's more options, I don't know, but I guess she was a local corrections officer, And then the video I was just watching just now of a girl who was there, she said that the lady had 2 kids in the truck with her, and they seen like, what kind of messed up, oh my goodness, I can't even imagine doing that by yourself, but to have your kids in the car, it is disgusting. And I don't know, but so far the protests in my town have been peaceful. I heard there was some spray painting downtown, but to my understanding, like, nobody's been like really rioting or looting, which is a good thing, because downtown is nothing but small businesses. Like, my town's downtown area for years was like boarded up old buildings, and we had a courthouse and a few government buildings, but it was just like a trash hole. And in probably the last 10 years, it happened with the stimulus check that like old towns and stuff got back in like 2008 when, you know, the bubble burst. My town started like revitalizing, and so downtown, like, all that you have downtown are like small local owned businesses. And downtown is beautiful now, and there's lots of little shops to go into, but it's all locally owned small shops. And so, I mean, as devastating as it is to hear of like TJ Maxx or Target or any place getting vandalized and looted, because like that's people's jobs, it's people's livelihoods, not to mention, even though these businesses are insured, they're gonna have to pay a pretty hefty deductible before they can get anything replaced. So, like, innocent people everywhere are being affected. Especially the mom and pop shops. Like, that can just ruin a mom and pop shop. I've got a friend online who's been talking about how her aunt and uncle had a jewelry business that got targeted and is completely ruined, and they don't think they can reopen because everything is gone, and it was just, you know. So I don't want to get too into it on here, but I don't know how much I'm going to be vlogging. It's hard to talk about. Like, it's just hard to talk about. I don't know. Like, and I don't by any means want to come across like I disagree with the protest. I am all for a peaceful protest. I'm all for bringing people together. I'm all for spreading awareness. I'm all for changing people's minds, because that's really what you got to do with racism. Racism is an ideology. You have to change the way people think, and the way you change how people think is through your actions and how you treat others. And in my opinion, all these riots are doing, even though it's more than just black people rioting, I've seen it on the videos, it's black people, white people, Mexican people, it's all the people are rioting. But the finger, unfortunately, will be pointed at the black community, and all this is doing is stirring up negative stereotypes. And anybody who is racist right now is probably feeling pretty vindicated in their line of thinking. They're just like, look at what they're doing. They're trashing their homes. You know, like, there's nothing good going to come out of a riot. Nothing. But a peaceful protest is an opportunity to show that those stereotypes are untrue, and that not all people are like that, right? Like, it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. And I understand the frustration and the anger, because, like, nobody should be treated differently based on how they look, and you shouldn't be targeted by police or treated differently by police because of how you look. And, you know, this isn't something that I ever talk much on, because I understand, like, I'm a white woman and I will never fully understand or have a grasp on what it is to be a black person in America. And so I just keep my mouth shut, because I feel like, I mean, unless I outright see somebody being racist and hateful towards somebody else, which I've thankfully never seen that personally, like, other than, like, raising my kids right, like, I don't know what to do, you know? And so I keep my mouth shut on a lot of this stuff, but this is just getting out of hand, and it's only getting worse. I know in Indianapolis, things have been completely trashed, I think, like, 3 nights in a row. There was, like, a shootout last night. Granted, the video I seen, it was, like, a handful of people, like, beating the snot out of another person. So, like, how does that benefit anybody? Like, it's not like the person you were beating up was a police officer. Not that that would make things any better. But they were just all down there to protest, and then it turned into a riot, as it's been doing every night. And these people just started beating the snot out of this other person. And then all of a sudden you hear gunshots go off. And then everybody gets up, scatters, and runs. So I don't know if that was actually a shootout, because that's how they had it labeled, or if it was somebody just trying to break everything up and just shot into the ground to get everybody to get off that person. But the night before that, somebody got shot and was dying, and the first responders were trying to get to that person, and the rioters blocked them off. And so the person ended up dying because first responders could not get to them. And I was like, how messed up is that? Like, and I know it's happened in other states where people have died from this. And it's just, and now I'm seeing online where, like, a little girl got maced in the face. Like, and I know your first response is to say, well, don't take your kid to a riot, which makes a ton of sense. And we'll circle back to that in a minute, because I've got feelings on that. But I read somewhere, and I don't know if it's true or not, but I read that her parents were walking home from the store and got caught up in the riot and they got maced. Which, how, that's just, ugh, I don't know. Absolutely horrible. Like, absolutely horrible. But so let's circle back to them taking her to a riot. I don't agree with taking your kid to a riot if you know it's going to get dangerous. But a lot of these protests are starting off peaceful, as they should, and should hopefully stay peaceful and bring awareness and bring people together. And they can be really a good educational opportunity for a kid. I mean, we are living through history right now. Just this entire year in general is living through history right now. But a protest is an excellent opportunity to bring a kid to something that's very educational and show them, their rights. And so I don't fully disagree with bringing a child to a protest. But if you have any inclination that it may turn violent, in which so many of these have been turning violent, I would really suggest not bringing a child, because you never know when they're going to turn. Most of them have been in evening time, but like, we're avoiding downtown. Like, no thanks. So I understand wanting to bring your kid for educational purposes, and so they can, exercise their rights, and like, it's a good learning experience. But again, like, if you feel like it might turn violent, if there's any chance of that, I don't know why you would risk bringing your child. Wait till I can't talk. Wait until the teachers go back to protest. Those are safe. Guys, I don't know. It's just a complete mess. So that's why I didn't vlog any yesterday. It's just, I keep looking at that stuff, and it makes me so sad. It breaks my heart. Just everything around it is just, and I personally feel like these riots are overshadowing the whole point, which is trying to get justice for George Floyd. Like, I feel like, there was a perfect opportunity to be heard with peaceful protest and to have change happen and to get these police officers arrested. And now the whole country is just focused on keeping the peace because people are rioting. And it's just completely overshadowing what happened to this man. I don't know. And let's play devil's advocate here, okay? If you want to start a civil war, which is kind of what seems like what's happening here, you need to have some kind of an organized leadership, and you need to have some tangible goals. Because again, you cannot fix racism with a riot. It's only supporting negative stereotypes. And you have to change the way people think, and unfortunately that's going to take generations. As I've been saying, it's easier to mold the minds of children than it is to change the minds of an adult. Okay, so we can't accomplish ending racism with riots. It's not going to happen. So what's the tangible goal that you're wanting? Is there like a law you want to have passed? Are you wanting this police officer who did it to be publicly executed? Like, what is it that you're trying to achieve? Because right now it looks like folks are just trashing their hometowns. And nothing's going to come of this. Like, quite honestly, nothing's... I mean, the National Guard's being enacted, and more and more people are dying, and like... But like, nothing positive is going to come out of this. And so I'm just trying to figure out what the point is. I understand being angry. I get that. But again, you're not going to end racism within our generation. It's just not going to happen. I wish it would, okay, but like, it's not going to happen. That's not realistic. And I know we've come generations. We've come a long way. I mean, we still got a long way to go. And it starts at the home. You got to raise your kids right. And it's going to take generations, I need to get up and get these guys going. The dog needs to go out. Levi has been up maybe 5 minutes or so. Did anybody else's kids wake up and make the worst moaning sounds ever? Like, he has all the toys in the world, and he will lay in there and moan in his bed until you come and open the door for him. And I'm like, really? You have all the toys you could ever possibly want, and you lay here and moan until I come and open the door. I'm about to go in there and just clear out half his toys because he don't play with half of them. He really don't. And part of me is like, well, maybe he will start playing with this, or maybe he will start playing with that. Or like 3 weeks ago, he touched this one. Anybody else feel like that? Like, I just kind of want to go in there and get rid of all of it because I'm like, you don't play with anything. He used to play with his train table a lot, but he's kind of quit playing with that too. Anyway, I need to get up and get ready to go in. The only one I'm not hearing making sounds is Ira. Yeah, I'm not hearing anything from Ira. But dogs go to the bathroom and Levi is moaning. Hey guys, it is considerably later in the day, like 5:20. Just finished at the gym, so I got my workout in, even though I did not want to come today. Okay, so I have asthma. I've talked about this before, and things that trigger my asthma really easily, it's a handful of different things, but some of them that trigger them really easily is like insulation, a lot of dust, sawdust, any kind of smoke. I'm not the kind of person you invite to a bonfire unless you want to play musical chairs all night, because I gotta switch chairs anytime the wind blows. Like, we were having a lot of bonfires like back in February, March timeframe, mid-March or so. If you guys have been here that long, you remember, probably. And I have been effed up since then. Like, I'm just getting over, because it almost like my body wants to like attack itself and have an infection from it. So I've been like sick for like the last 2 months, and similar symptoms to COVID. However, if I'd had COVID, like, everybody around me would be sick, and they're not. It's just me. So, and the sicknesses started right after our first bonfire. Anyway, I struggle for life sometimes. Yesterday, I need to go home and show you guys what all we did, but we did a lot of work over the weekend on the garage and just the projects we needed to do, and we had to cut some boards. And I was holding the board steady when my husband cut it, and so I ended up breathing in the sawdust and smelling it, and so I had coughing fits all last night. Sawdust is one of the things that just affect me. It's a type of dust, you know. The smell of sawdust is also smelled strongly of pine. Then I was in the garage helping sweep up, and there's drywall dust in the garage with other dust that's just been out there forever. I struggle when we mow the lawn from the smell of grass. I just struggle. But there are some things that just affect me more than others. And the smell of like sawdust is one of them that hits me pretty hard. Not as hard as smoke. Smoke will like kick my butt for 2 months from just being around it. Bonfire, cigarette, marijuana. Marijuana gives me migraines. Like, I've never personally smoked it, but I've been around it. It does not affect me in the same way that like cigarette smoke and bonfire smoke do. But it gives me massive migraines, just secondhand marijuana smoke. Just, oh my God. It feels like an ice pick in my head. It doesn't really, I mean, it makes my chest tight, but it doesn't like make my body want to attack itself. But my brain wants to explode. But cigarette smoke and bonfire smoke, like, will just put me out of commission. Sawdust gives me problems breathing and apparently makes my body like have coughing fits. But I don't think I'm going to come down sick again like it did after that bonfire we had. I know some people, like, I watch HGTV and people are like, oh, I love the fireplace. And if I ever find a fireplace, like, if I ever found a place with a fireplace, I'd be like, board that shit up. You're gonna kill me. I felt so bad for my mom.